Good morning. I'm Jordan Melinda, and I just love it when there's big upsets in the NCAA tournament.
Hey everybody, it's Derek. I'm back again. Everybody knows I'm getting married, so I figured out my relationship based to a sports situation.
Oh God.
Me and my wife were kind of like a Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll type thing. Kind of like, I know what I'm supposed to do on the 2-yard line to make this work, but I still defer my good judgment to Pete Carroll, aka my wife. So that's kind of how that's going.
Very nice.
Oh. You know what that just made me really think of? The old ESPN cover with Ricky Williams in the wedding dress and Mike Ditka in the tuxedo.
No. Thank God my girl is a lot prettier than Ricky Williams. That's all I can say.
Oh. Hi, I'm Lucas Adams, and Case Keenum is going to be a Bronco. Kirk Cousins is going to be in Minnesota, and Arizona got our leftovers.
Hey guys, it's Pat. I got to see one of the greatest goals by Braden Shen the night before in overtime. Oh yeah, and Jordan, you keep looking at me that way and I'm going to dump you on your chin.
And we are the Sandlot crew.
Oh, you didn't know? He shoots! He scores! He could go all the way!
All right.
Oh,
so
my God.
anybody wondering about that last bit? It was Austin. What was it? 316 day. A couple days
Friday,
ago,
baby.
Yeah, Friday was 316 day. So we're talking about doing stuff Stone Cold style, basically the entire time in the group text. And I mentioned one little thing to Jordan about talking and doing dumping you on your chin like Stone Cold would. And Jordan takes it seriously and gets pissed off. Captain Serious strikes again.
No, from the sound of the text, you would have to read it. Jordan's ready to fight wherever he was at. He didn't care. He didn't care what you were doing. Like, drop him now. Let's go.
I believe I was called Cheeseburger Eddie.
That was very true.
That's how you can tell how personal that was to Jordan.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Oh my God.
Captain Sensitive, it's okay.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
All right, so I want to go back to Derek for a minute about the whole analogy. You really consider your future wife like Pete Carroll.
I mean, she makes some really good decisions. I'll take that the wrong way.
Wait, are you saying she makes some bad decisions like choosing to throw the ball at the 1-yard line in the middle of the Super Bowl when you have Marshawn Lynch
Yes,
right behind
yes.
you?
Who's been running through brick walls all day? Yeah.
Oh man, I think we can't harp on this too much because
We're breaking our code. We're breaking our code right now. We do not talk about politics, and we do not talk about old ladies.
No, we don't talk about your old lady. Your old lady is the game, guys.
We're not going to do that right now.
wait. That's not actually true. We actually did talk about his old lady busting him out over Facebook last week.
Yes,
That was hilarious.
That
Yeah.
was one of the best moments of this podcast thus far, and that's really bad for us though when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Anything we're talking about, it's just Amber busting out Lucas
Yes.
on Facebook.
Yes.
All right,
Fuck
let's
you.
get started. Jordan, I know you are just clamoring at the bit to talk about some free agency news with your opening drive. Go for it.
Yes, sir. Again, this week, free agency in the NFL has been crazy. I'm going to start off with Sammy Watkins going to the Chiefs on a 3-year deal. I think that's pretty big for them with that young quarterback with Mahomes. He's got some receivers and he's got some threats with Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, now Sammy Watkins. I mean, and you got Kareem Hunt in the backfield. I mean, that's we just got to see what he can do with
Don't
all
forget
those
Spencer
weapons.
Ware should be back too, though.
Oh, I forgot about him. I forgot about
That backfield's going to be dangerous.
That's big. Another one, Allen Robinson went to Chicago, free agent. That's pretty big for them, signing, putting some weapons around Mitchell Trubisky.
Hey, Dylan's not here, so you
We
don't
can
have to
skip
talk.
over anything to do with Chicago.
We can skip. Yeah, we can skip over anything Bears.
Oh, man. Okay, all right. Sorry, Dylan. Case Keenum, like Luke said, he went to the Broncos. That was a big signing for them. We got, let's see here. Kirk Cousins, everybody knows, he went to the Vikings on an $84 million deal, fully guaranteed.
Starting a new breed for quarterback contracts. Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
Yes,
is gonna
sir.
get that
Yes,
money.
Aaron Rodgers. That's
He opened the door,
you
man.
You just took my opening gate away from me.
We
Yes.
just mentioned it. We're not going to talk
No,
about it.
it's-
We can
oh.
save it for your discussion here. Sam Bradford got helicoptered into Arizona. That's going to be very interesting.
A life flight.
Him being there, yeah. The Patriots lose
It
a.
was a 1-year deal too, wasn't it?
He's gonna play like maybe 16 minutes, and that's it.
I believe it might have been just a proven year.
Yeah, like
I
a
don't
1 year.
know.
It's a 1 year, $20 million deal. They did on ESPN. They looked back at his deals. He has made some bank since he
saw
got
Yes,
in the NFL.
yes.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
For doing absolutely nothing.
Except for blowing out his knees multiple times.
I believe he's only played 2 full seasons.
And those were the Rams
his
here in
career.
town.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
his first season with the Rams, and
This
he
is
had
the
an
third one.
awesome rookie year. He gets hurt, and then he like misses a couple of games the second season. Then his third year he does good. Fourth year, then he blows his knee out.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, I've liked Bradford. I mean, I watched him play when he played for Oklahoma, the Big 12 championship. I was actually there. It was in the Chiefs Stadium, and it was damn cold. And when he beat Mizzou for the Big 12 championship, and then he got drafted to the Rams. I mean, I liked him. He has a power arm, and he was pretty accurate. He just could not stay healthy, man. He never had that O-line like he was supposed to. Let's see here. Brent Selleck got released from the Eagles. I think he's intending to sign a 1-year deal with the Broncos. Let's see. We got the Jets making some big moves this week. They
gave
picked
up a lot. They gave up a lot to get that draft pick too.
They did. Let's see here. I know they just signed Teddy Bridgewater to a 1-year deal.
As Lucas said, they basically got kind of scraps from Minnesota. So
Jimmy Graham, guys, going to the Packers on a 3-year deal.
They must have heard Mama's calling last week.
Yes,
but then they released Jordy though.
they
Yeah.
They
did.
did.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. They got Jimmy Graham, one of the best pass catching and blocking tight ends in the league, but yet they got rid of their best receiver.
They did. I mean, you got to think what Jimmy Graham adds to that offense as well. I mean, yes, Jordy Nelson was a quick receiver downfield, catching balls. He could run to the end zone. But Jimmy Graham's got that red zone threat. You throw it up to him, man. I don't know how tall he is. What is 6'6", 6'7"? I mean, he's
I think
tall
he's right in
tight
there,
end.
yeah.
You throw it up in the end zone, and he jumps up, grabs it, man.
Not
It's
to,
for sure
not to cut you
touchdown.
off. Blocking. There's a reason why he got upset when he went to Seattle because he had to block.
He still managed to do a lot of blocking when he was in
No.
Seattle. Fair amount.
I understand that because he had to.
Here's my thoughts on Jordy Nelson. Who could Aaron Rodgers not make a great receiver?
He's almost like Brady.
Touche.
They both can make anybody great.
The main difference, like we said last week, the main difference between Brady and Aaron Rodgers is Rodgers has that ability to somehow connect on those Hail Marys, but your boys, the Raiders, got Jordy,
I know.
but they
super
lost
excited.
Crabtree at
But
the
they
same
lost
time.
Crabtree.
They did.
It's
They
another
did.
double-edged sword.
They did.
They get a good receiver in Jordy, but then they lose one of their leading receivers in Crabtree.
And in all honesty, I'd rather have Crabtree any day of the week.
Crabtree is mean. He does run hard. He fights for every yard he gets. I mean, you see him and Talib. I mean, they fight it.
And
I mean,
he fights
he's a
for his
fighter.
chain.
Yeah, and he wears that big old chain out on the field, which I don't know why he does that, but he does. I am gonna miss him, but I am excited. I just need Jordy Nelson to stay healthy. I think he's gonna be really good with Derek Carr. I think they're gonna click. I mean, the Raiders are making some moves. They also picked up Doug Martin from Tampa Bay. I think that's
The
big.
muscle hamster?
The muscle hamster.
Wow.
Yes. But I believe they still have Marshawn. Did he sign a 2-year deal?
Yeah,
Did
he
sign
did.
with them?
Yeah,
No, it was
yeah.
one.
No, it was
No,
two.
it was
a 2-year
two. Okay,
deal.
Now, are they? This was the last year in Oakland. Where are they going to play this year?
They're still
still
playing in
in
Oakland.
I thought it was. I thought it
stadium
was.
will be
They gotta
done in
fit-
2020 in Las Vegas.
Their
Okay.
stadium's got
Okay.
a
All right.
long way to go in
Same with
Vegas.
the Rams and the Chargers. All their new stadiums are going to be done in 2020.
Okay. That's
Projected.
that's gonna be
Projected
that's gonna be
at
that's gonna be a blink in the
projected,
eye.
right. Just a couple more here. Jonathan Stewart, Panthers ex-running back, signs with the Giants. He's getting up there in age. He's a big old guy. I mean, that might bring them some power, but I still think they might hopefully draft a running back in the draft. I don't know who they might go for, but maybe if Barkley's still out there, which I doubt it, because the Browns look like they might be signing a quarterback. That's what they've been talks about for the first round. Malcolm Butler, ex-Patriot, who did not play in the Super Bowl, apparently because he was not feeling well that week and did not practice a lot. He came out the other day and said the real reason why he did not play, and he didn't get a practice, so he was out of the game plan, and he was apparently sick. But he proved with his signing of $61 million over 5 years with the Tennessee Titans. Sorry, excuse me.
So that whole story about him getting into it with his trainers and the coaching staff
with
after getting caught
Belichick
with
and then
some
Belichick
weed,
putting him out. That's that.
they've been proving that.
So
There was a
but
story.
he
There was
did-
an
he
initial
didn't tell
story.
him.
The initial story that came out was that he got busted with weed
after curfew.
and after curfew,
And
and
he
that's
got
why
into it
Belichick
with-
benched him.
Yeah,
This
he got
was before
into
the
it with
Super
some
Bowl?
training. Yeah,
He did,
the
and,
day
and
before.
apparently he didn't make that
wow.
decision until the anthem. That was and according that's reported. Belichick did not tell him what was going to happen until
Sounds like a
Which is-
PR campaign.
Which
right
is
now.
why you could see during the Super Bowl that Malcolm Butler was just like shaking his head the entire time he was on the sideline because he was used as on special teams. That's all he did the entire game was special teams, kickoff returns,
And not even
punt
every
returns.
special teams drive, was it?
No.
It was like
No,
the
There's only a
first
couple.
two.
And a lot of sportscasters and analysts are saying the reason why the Patriots lost that game is because Malcolm Butler was not in the game.
That's exactly it. Rowe was not ready.
No.
Rowe got beat like a redheaded stepchild
They
on every
targeted him.
route, and the Eagles took advantage of that.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you let pride get in the way of rings, baby.
yeah.
Let's see. I guess a couple more here. Titans again signing Deion Lewis, former Patriot. That's kind of big for him. I mean,
So they're becoming the Tennessee Patriots.
possibly. I mean, hey, people swap teams. Muhammad Wilkerson signs a deal with the Packers. They're beefing up their D line a little bit. Again, and Browns making some other moves. They picked up Carlos Hyde, running back. They got a little competition, I guess, there in the backfield.
There's a tweet from Carlos Hyde that said that all Cleveland sports are just plain terrible. And
then
where
he
is
got
he going?
traded, and he got
And where is he
traded.
going?
Wow.
He's going to
That would be
Cleveland.
interesting for
Yeah.
a job.
I seen that.
Jarek McKinnon signs with the 49ers. What do you guys think about that? Did they have a running back? I mean, it was Hyde, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, it was Hyde and the what was it, BB or there was somebody else in that backfield.
And again, Patriots losing another guy on the O-line, Nate Soldier. He was going to the Giants. Giants making some moves here. Well, I guess
They still suck, though.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu, he got released by the Cardinals. That was pretty big
Pride.
for them. Huh?
Pride again. He doesn't want to take the pay cut, so what does Arizona do? They get rid of one of their best defensive backs.
Yeah. I think he's a safety, ain't he? Yeah, I believe he's a free safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the best free safeties in the game, man. I mean, he's got small size, but he's there.
Yeah.
And then
He's
a
breaking
Brown.
up plays. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
It's not small
Yeah.
size. He's just not that tall.
And
That's all,
consider
yeah.
where that guy, how bad he fell in his initial draft, because he was projected to go top 5, I think, and then there was
Third round?
I think third or fourth round,
Yeah.
because there were so many questions about his state of mind and his bad decision making off the field, and he hasn't been in trouble since.
Yeah.
He's actually turned his life around, and now he's got to go and do something else with a new team.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he just stays out of trouble.
Yeah. And guys, the Vikings picked up Trevor Siemian from the Broncos.
No, no.
You want to talk about garbage?
Right?
I cannot believe that.
I think that garbage outweighs the garbage that's in Lucas's trash can right
our
now.
tin can right now, yeah.
He said, what, there are about 70 pounds of garbage in that
Yeah,
thing? I think Trevor Siemian outweighs that
You're not garbage,
just by
yeah.
much.
And then we got another big guy, Michael Crabtree, signing with the Baltimore Ravens with a 3-year, $21 million contract. That was pretty big.
I don't think I'd leave Derek Carr for Joe Flacco, but
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
basically going from possible premier quarterback to
Washed up and done quarterback.
what does he refer to himself as? A elite quarterback, but you got to throw in the quotation marks with it. So
Right.
elite. Trying to be like Dr. Evil.
And speaking of that trade from earlier, we were talking about the Jets moving up to the 3rd overall pick. They received 2018 first round. They received the 6th overall pick, the 37th overall pick, the 49th overall pick, and a 2nd round in 2019 for the trade to the Colts to get that 3rd round pick. They're making a move to get that quarterback, fellas.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy. It's was it 2 straight weeks? It's just been in absolute insanity.
It has been. This has been such an exciting free agency. I just can't wait to see what the draft brings now.
Oh, the
Oh,
draft's
yeah.
going to be even more
There's
nuts.
been trades.
Yeah.
I see it now.
I
Yeah.
can't wait, man. This has been great. It's only
And
going
I'm
to get
still
better.
wondering what Green
I
Bay's
feel like I'm
planning
watching
on
a
doing.
soap opera.
Yeah. Yeah.
What pick?
No,
where are they at the pick? What do they have?
think they're
the
mid-round.
draft. No, I thought they were like 12 to 15 or
Yeah,
something like
they're
that.
mid first round, so
Maybe O-line people?
they have to.
I mean, are
They
you,
got nobody else. They
but
got,
if you have, but do you take that in the 1st round?
I mean, a
Why
lot of
not?
teams do that.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
I mean,
Well,
it is.
where do you think
Orlando
Joe Thomas
Pace.
went? Where do you think Joe Thomas went? Orlando Pace.
Orlando-
True,
Yeah.
true. Okay.
Number
But-
one,
but
man.
how
Number
draft-
one.
how
Your left,
draft is
left tackle.
nowadays.
It's
What was it? Greg Robbins that went number 1 for the Rams.
Greg Robinson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Greg Robinson went number
Yeah.
1 for the Rams. I
One
Yeah,
or two.
think it was 1,
Okay.
and he was
Yeah.
horrible, but still.
Yes, that was
Alex
that was
Barons. Alex Barons was a number 1 pick,
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like a number
yeah,
6,
okay.
7. Yeah.
and he's still and he was
He's
just
bumping
garbage
around
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rams. It's,
There's been a lot
we
of
only
moves.
know this because the Rams were horrible at making picks, and we had so many prime time to make something happen, and we just didn't do it.
All right,
It really, yeah.
Derek, what's on your mind, sir?
Hey, man. Opening gate, guys. There's a lot of Cinderella stories happening right now in March Madness. We got UMBC taking out Virginia in the first round.
That
16
fucked,
taking out
that
number
fucked
one.
everybody's bracket.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
if you
everybody's
have a
bracket,
that
2
is
billion.
not torched right now, you
It's-
need to
no.
be in Vegas. That's
It's
all I gotta
impossible.
say.
It's impossible because they said there was 2 billion brackets that were made out, and after the first day, 7,000 remained, and then that final 7,000 got torched because of Virginia loss.
Yeah.
Virginia losing. We've got Arizona going out to Buffalo in the first round.
That really harbored a lot of people.
We got Loyola.
Oh,
They're making a play right
representing the MVC right there,
now. Right?
Missouri Valley, baby.
The Vatican is thrilled right now.
Oh, what do we say? Them Jesuits are like just jumping up and down right now. Oh,
Right?
yes, it's awesome.
It's just
That's
exciting,
awesome.
man. I love March Madness. There's no, whether your team's there or not, there's always something happening, man.
Yeah.
It just makes it thrilling to watch.
The last second shots from last night, that Michigan game,
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
God.
that kept my bracket alive. You know, I got Michigan going all the way. That last second victory right there kept my bracket alive. Thank God.
Very nice. Yeah, Jordan Poole hits a deep 3 as the buzzer goes off in Michigan to pass Houston. Oh my God, that was a crazy game.
Who you got winning the tournament though, Derek?
Oh, people aren't going to like this answer, but I'm going with Kentucky, man.
Damn.
I wouldn't. That's not a bad pick. In all honesty, I mean they made Rhode
That's
Island look pretty
who's on
foolish
my
last
bracket
night.
right now. So, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, the rest of my bracket's torched, but Kentucky's still there, so we'll see what happens.
I haven't looked at my bracket yet today, but last time I looked at it, I think I had like the entire South. The entire South bracket was just gone.
As
I had
long as
nobody
Duke
left.
doesn't win, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that one. Jordan?
They had number 11 Loyola Chicago. Man, the previous week they beat Miami and they were a 6 seed and close game 62-64. They're making some upsets right now and it's getting good.
UMBC taking out Virginia by 20 points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even close.
No.
It wasn't even entertaining to watch. It was just a straight beatdown.
It was bad, man.
What was funnier though, that or the fact that Mizzou went out first round?
Hey, Booze, we
That
already
wasn't
hate.
surprising.
I already said there was enough said about this, man. Come on, let it be. Let it be.
As soon as we came out, man, we had like a 10-0 run. And I was like, yes.
No,
we are here.
it was like a 13-0 run. I watched
Okay.
that start of the second half, and I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. And then they just started going ice cold, and Florida State started just piling on points.
Florida State went on a 40 to, I believe, 15 run on us. after that. It was terrible. We almost came back. We came out the second half kind of on fire. We were making everything. We were blocking their shots. We were getting rebounds. And then like we were down 4. And then after that, it was just total destruction. Like we fell apart.
I will say this though, it's the Mizzou basketball I'm used to.
Yeah. First.
Hey, you can't be unhappy with this
One
season.
and done.
No, I'm not
One and
unhappy
done.
with the season. It's just
Compared to last, no, not at all.
Compared to the last like 5 seasons, you cannot be upset of what we have done this year if you're a Mizzou
No, but
basketball
I'm just
fan.
saying they showed up in true Mizzou fashion like we're all used to.
Yeah.
My big thing
knocked
is Mizzou football, though. I like Mizzou football. I go to the game. I try to go at least to one game every year. And I used to go all the time religiously with me and my buddy and his dad. But yeah, man, it's just
Never been to a game.
I love the
football.
atmosphere, man. It's
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
Never
I
made
see-
it out
I
to
see- I
Columbia
used
for
to
a
watch
game?
the,
I've been. The
St.
thing
Louis
is,
Showdown.
I've been to.
Yeah, the St. Louis
The
Showdown.
Mizzou and
Illinois.
Salou. I went to it twice.
I
went to it
lived.
twice. That was fun.
I lived out there for almost a year and a half and never got a chance to go to a game.
Damn.
Really?
Sucks.
Damn.
I've never been
I
to
don't
Faro
think we
Field,
can
but I
be
heard that's
friends
fun
anymore,
too.
Booze. You lived in Columbia for a year
Well,
and a half?
I lived in Mexico, so
Oh,
Mexico,
all right.
Missouri. So it's like about a 45-minute drive.
All right. I'll forgive you
But
a
there were
little bit.
there was a couple of times we made it down to Saturday, but it was just crazy getting
Yeah.
around Columbia during
Yeah.
that time. It was nuts.
All right.
What's up, Lucas?
Man, Aaron Rodgers is going to get paid. We got these astronomical numbers for people like Matt Stafford, Kirk Cousins, and anybody else that has gotten big money prior to a Brady, to Aaron Rodgers, and Matt fucking Ryan. They are going to get paid big money.
Well-
Kirk Cousins is getting $27 million a year. Aaron Rodgers is probably 4 to 5 years left to where Brady is now. If he's got an O-line with how this draft has to go, if he gets his O-line, he's going to get paid. And if they do well this season, if they go back and he bounces back, is that broken collarbone, correct?
Yes.
I mean, that was when he got taken down hard because they were playing. I want to say they were playing the Rams.
No, Minnesota.
Okay.
Anthony
They
Barr.
but they played. Okay. My bad. Yes. It's. What do you think he'll get a year?
I don't
think
know,
he'll
because
probably
here's the
get-
thing. He wants to stay playing for Green Bay. Look what Drew Brees just did. He's right in that category, too. Could have took that
But Drew
big...
Brees has gotten paid in the past years.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
got
big
paid this
ones.
year.
He got paid a 2-year, $50 million deal.
He still
That's
got paid.
$25 million.
But
I'm
hey,
saying
Sam
prior to
Bradford got
this.
a 1-year, $20 million deal.
Yeah,
What's
that's
$5 million
that's my
difference.
point proven right there.
And Drew Brees is well worth $5 million more a year than Bradford could ever be.
Drew Brees is
Brees
the
is-
hidden goat. He is the forgotten goat. Okay, I don't know if we brought this up last week, but what is there 9 5,000-yard seasons by quarterbacks?
and he's got 4 or 5 of them.
He has 5 of them.
Yeah.
That's unreal. 5,000-yard seasons.
A lot of those seasons, he just didn't have a defense, though.
Yeah.
That's
He
true.
would put up 30 to 40 points a game.
the minute Greg
but they'd
Williams
lose
left,
by
yes.
3 points.
The minute Greg Williams left the prior the Legion of Boom, because the Saints were good. The Saints were really good. And the minute he left and all that, the head gate came out and everything, they just kind of, he just kind of, but Brees kept trucking, man, even with what he had. He left, Jimmy Graham left him, and the guy still was, right there. I mean, he
wasn't
was
Brees' fault that Graham left.
No, that
it
was
not.
I'm
a
just
lot
saying.
of weird
He
decisions.
wanted to get paid too.
He almost went back to the Saints instead
Yeah.
of going
I
to
really
Yeah.
wish he
Green Bay.
would have.
Yeah.
That'd have been crazy because that would have almost finalized their run back in the playoffs. Imagine if they would have had them against the Vikings when they played them this year in the playoffs. And then how do you think?
I don't know. It still wouldn't have made a difference on that very last play with that guy trying to make that tackle on
Oh,
Stephon Diggs.
my
my God. Oh.
Let's stop talking about that.
They made so many.
How about we talk about Tom Brady's drop, Booze, all right? Leave my Saints out
Ah! Oh man.
Oh.
Oh.
Really?
Now, is the Saints?
Nick
did
Foles
you
didn't
move-
draw that ball.
Did you
Hey,
move
at
to
least we
them?
made it to the Super Bowl, though. That's the only thing.
Did you move to
We,
them after the Rams left, Eric?
you're Missourian.
What was that?
We.
Did you move to the Saints when the Rams left, or have you always been a Saints?
I've been a Drew Brees fan my whole life.
All right. So, some promise from last night, I think, from the Blues. I mean, Granted, they didn't look that great. They played. It's hard to say what the problem was directly because they played great for maybe a period and a half, 2 periods at the most. But there for a while, they were out shooting the Rangers 17-2.
Wow.
And that was when New York got their first goal.
I didn't watch too much of the game last night, but were they in front of the net after they were after their shots hit the goalie? Were they were they covering?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the one thing they have got to work on this year.
That's one thing the Blues have been missing without Ryan Reeves is that physical presence. Thorburn, he got into a fight last night. He got into a decent fight, but other than that, they're just not physical. I saw a number of different times Patrick Berglund. And Berglund's what, 6'4", 220?
Yeah,
He's a
he's a big
big,
guy.
solid guy. He's got the muscle. He's got the size on a lot of dudes. He doesn't finish his checks. What does he do? He does a half check, mostly into the board. He doesn't want to hit anybody.
Is he afraid of getting hurt, or is
He
he?
looks scared out there.
I don't know. I don't understand it. I
We
mean, the
got the
dude,
size.
the dude towers over mostly everybody. He's that.
Right.
He's just that wide receiver that was in, like you saw in school, that would be like, oh, I got the best hands, but as soon as you get him crawling across the field, he turns into a scared little bitch.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I mean,
No.
the Blues had a couple impressive wins. I mean, after they went on their 1-7, 1-9 blowout,
Right.
crappy play, they did beat the Kings 7-2, and then they came out. Then they came out and beat the Ducks.
And then they
4-2.
lost to the Avs.
But then they came out in a game that they absolutely needed to win against the Avalanche. With Stan Kroenke's weak. I hate that man. They came out and lost to the Avalanche, which they needed to win to try to catch them to even
If you
have
could
any
do
chance in the playoffs.
one thing to Stan Kroenke, what would it be?
I probably can't say it on
my
the air.
gosh.
So
Just
I'm
say
not
it.
gonna
Just go. No. We're in a safe space. We are in a safe space. We're in a safe space.
I'd shove a cucumber up that some bitch's ass and watch him bleed out his eyes.
Fucking cucumber, give me a pineapple.
I was
I
I'm
suppose
going
it
a
was
little
big.
Nicky with
Wait,
this
wait,
one. You're serious.
a baby, what do you say?
We're going little Nicky. Going little Nicky.
No, I would probably.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I would probably be. I would probably like to be in a locked room with them just for 5 minutes, and then
Take his wing, take his wing, make it eat him afterwards.
Yeah, and then make him.
Make it eat.
Yeah, make
You
him.
see, I do it differently. You guys are talking about bodily harm. I'd shave his mustache.
Oh.
Steal his identity.
Oh.
Steal his identity.
I'm not so mad that Stan Kroenke moved the Rams. It's the way he went about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
Like,
lied.
To torch the team itself, its last year's here. You're a businessman. I get it. What business wouldn't want to be based out of LA? It's a huge market. I get it.
We're getting
It's
off topic a little bit, but at the same time, I can see where you're coming from, Derek. And especially with his whole mentality, he doesn't care about winning championships.
No.
He just wants to make more money.
Exactly, and that's
He's a
the thing.
billionaire.
It
How
was
much
the
more
way
money do you need?
It was the whole way he went about it that really left a sour taste in my mouth. But like I said, I could talk about this for the entire podcast, so
Same here.
let's
Yeah.
go on.
That's a whole different
Shen
episode.
though, Shen had a hell of a game. Petro had a hell of a game, but then there was just
How about that overtime goal, man?
and you know what's cool? I was sitting literally 10 rows away from that goal.
Oh man, that's so nice. Yeah,
It
a minute and
was
2 into
awesome.
overtime, man. Petrangelo.
Oh yeah, the thing was, one thing I noticed that they were doing the entire game, they were trying to do these slap shots from the point. Not Petro. Petro was taking these little wicked wristers from the top, and they were finding their way in.
Yeah, he had 2 goals in regulation again for them, man.
I was hoping he had a hat trick. You would have never seen this damn hat again. Just put
Yeah.
that-
How are the Rangers though this year? Are they under 500?
They traded Rick Nash.
Ooh,
That's
so they're giving up.
yeah. They kind of gave up earlier.
All right.
All right. Let's continue things on. Taking the field.
Kirk Cousins, probably the most debated quarterback as to what was going to happen, the most exciting play. Let's expand on this a little bit. He's going to the Vikings.
He's going to have an awesome receiving core.
He's
One
going
thing, he had a decent receiving core when he was in Washington. Now he's got one of the top receiving cores.
Oh.
Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs. He's got a couple guys with room for improvement. Treadwell was like maybe one of the best rookies in his draft class. didn't do shit the first 2 years. Honestly, I think the addition of Cousins will help him.
I can't see a better spot for him to have gone. Like, I thought he was going to go to Denver just because I thought John Elway was going to go after him more because John Elway is always looking for John Elway to come and play for him, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But this Minnesota is such a good fit for him. I think these guys are going to be a dominant force. And you better watch out, man. Kirk Cousins up in Minnesota, he got that money. He's ready to show his ass.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, too, with that money, that is something that Washington really never gave him. And it's not the money. It's the confidence in saying, hey, this is your job.
You're our guy.
You're our guy. You're the guy we're going to run with. He never got that in Washington. Dan Snyder didn't want to pay him. I mean, granted, they paid him, $30 million over, because of the franchise tag. Sure, 1 year, but they didn't want to sign him. They didn't want to commit to a long-term deal for some ungodly reason.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Kirk Cousins is solid. He's a tough SOB. He's going to play.
He took over for RG3, and that was supposed to be RG3's job. And
we all know how that went.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that RG3 got hurt, it probably would have been a different story. Because that was right when RG3 started going downhill, was because he got hurt, and then Cousins stepped in and took the job.
And I like Kirk Cousins not just as a player, but as a team leader, dude. He brings so much to his locker room.
He's a vocal team leader.
He knows how to motivate his team. He's not just a lay down, I'm here to do my job kind of guy. He wants to make everybody around him better, and I think he found the team that's going to take him there. This guy's got a shot. The Vikings have their shot.
I think the Vikings are going to be a definite force in the NFL for the next 4 or 5 seasons.
Oh, absolutely. They showed it last year.
They got one of the better defenses in the entire league. They got a great receiving core.
And now they just upgraded their
I don't know about the running back situation because Jordan, you say they lost McKinnon.
Yes.
They lost, and who else did they lose?
They did lose Latavius Murray as well. They tried reconstructing his contract, and I believe they just came to a disagreement. And I think he is now a free agent.
So the only real question that Minnesota really has is the running back situation. Everything else is fine.
We'll see what the draft brings, man. Like I said, there's a lot of exciting things going down.
How crazy would it be? How crazy would it be? Barkley falls. They either trade up and get Barkley, or somehow they get.
I don't see him falling.
I don't see him falling. Yeah, I don't see him falling that far because they're late first round. I don't see him falling.
He's a top 3 guy.
I see him. If they trade up, they gotta go after him.
LeBron's back. I know
LeBron ever go anywhere? I mean, I'm not a LeBron fan.
I understand Pat. Pat is not a basketball fan, but it's. We had an argument, and Jordan posted something on Facebook, and that was 2.5 steps.
Is it LeBron or is it Travel Bron?
Dude.
I'm going to say this right now. I played basketball for 12 years. That was not a fucking travel.
It was not.
In the NBA, no, absolutely not. Now, okay, listen. Now, back in the late '90s, the early 2000s, you had a lot of traveling. You guys pick up the ball and they, double dribble here and there. That was not travel. That man can cup a ball.
Hey, man. LeBron is a monster. He has been since he entered the league, straight out of high school. I mean, he's just a dominant force. I just want to see where he's going to go. I wish he would just say where he's going already. But I don't know, man. I just don't know.
I think he wants to. I honestly, God, I think he wants to win one more, and then he'd be like, I got you guys 2. Bye. Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland sucked for a long time until LeBron got there.
Yeah.
For a long time. Well, the Indians were, well in the '90s, but it's they were looking for a savior. They lost their football team, and then they got it back, and it's I don't know. It's gonna be fun watching him, and it's I thought it was the coolest damn thing in the world when he just plowed through Lonzo, and made him look like a bitch. Like he goes, "You're a kid. Sit down." Like it's. Did you see when LeBron took Lonzo to the basket a couple times the other night?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Anytime I see the balls fall, I'm for it. Whether it's LeBron who does it or anybody else, I love seeing the balls fall.
That's great.
And nothing personal against Lonzo, but your dad's an asshole. Dude.
Yeah. And the look on Lonzo's face after it was kind of like, I can't do this. And it's funny because on ESPN they were talking about he needs a double team. Well, when everybody else on, Cleveland is better than your team, you can't double team anybody because everybody's a threat.
Right.
I love it. I seriously I love the NBA. I love everything about LeBron. But the other night, man, he just looked like a man amongst boys, and he hasn't looked like that in a while.
He's always an exciting player to watch, man.
Yeah.
The guy, he brings more to a team than any one player in the NBA can. But he's still LeBron in my book. He's not Jordan.
LeBum.
Oh,
We'll leave it at that.
Knock it
Damn.
off.
Taking
All right.
the field. Hey, I'll take it off here. Tiger Woods. He's continuing on his little rampage.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. That
yeah.
guy's on fire right
And
now.
he's continuing, man. I watched him make a 71-foot putt the other day, straight off the edge of off the green, and he couldn't believe it. I mean, it was a nice big hook shot, and it was crazy. He couldn't believe it. The crowd went crazy. I mean, TV ratings are skyrocketing ever since Woods is back. I know not everybody likes golf and everything, but Tiger Woods is golf, and when you mention golf, you know Tiger Woods. But
Tiger Woods, y'all.
but he is. I don't know if we should say he's back, but could he be making a run? Could he get a title soon, fellas?
He's according to, experts. Vegas. He's favored to win the Masters.
Really?
Yes.
I got a quick question, guys. What do you think's harder to do? Hit a 71-yard hook shot putt or a major league fastball?
probably a putt.
Well,
Ooh.
that's
Because
two
you
different,
gotta
that's two separate. Okay, that's two separate analogies.
I get
you're
that,
hitting a
but-
ball. You're hitting a ball that you can actually hit, and then it takes skill to where you need to go the ball to go where.
Or
when
you
okay.
The argument works reverse though. You can just hit the ball. You don't have to place it in any
I understand.
particular
Yes,
spot.
but you have all you're asking. Can you hit that 90 mile per hour or 90 to 100
in
mile
play.
per hour?
Hit it in play.
Okay.
And
Get
you
on
ask
base.
yourself,
Get on base. Yes.
exactly.
You can ask yourself too, how many times will it take me to make this 71-yard putt?
Yes.
Or how many times is it going to take for me to hit this 90 miles per hour fastball?
I think they're both equally challenging because one takes a lot
That's
of
like
skill.
the biggest debate though, as to
Yeah.
what they
Well,
say the hardest
well,
things
okay.
to do in professional sports are hit a fastball or putting.
Well,
they say those are the
hands
two
down
hardest things to do.
though, they've said multiple times the hardest thing in sports, clearly, hands down, is hitting a major league fastball. That is the hardest damn thing you can do. It's the truth. It's
because
seriously.
it's because you get 3 misses. When you're putting, you get a million shots until you hit the hole.
Live stream on Facebook, and PJ says, "Let me finish studio for you in that basement. At least put up some more lights."
We're not meant to go
that's
for
all.
video
Fuck
right
you.
now.
No,
PJ
I don't know you, but I'm just saying.
This is
no.
the Sandlot.
I did my
crew,
best. I
bro.
did. Yes,
You must have not heard.
It was 2 hours when we put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 2 hours worth of work.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir.
No wonder Lucas is jobless. 2 hours. I wouldn't hire you either.
Oh my,
my
god. Oh my god.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Here's another thing.
All right.
Would you want to be able to drive the ball 400 yards every time, or make long distance putts every time? That can be another analogy. You know what I'm
Putting
saying?
is make or break it though, man.
Yeah, but if you can drive the ball to set yourself up every time with your first swing of the club,
Why? You want to be Happy Gilmore, basically?
we're just playing what ifs here.
Wasn't that Happy Gilmore's thing? You could drive the ball super long, but he couldn't putt for shit.
Yeah, he had a
Are
hockey
you too
stick.
good for your home?
Just give it a little
Answer me.
tap. Just give it a little tap. A little taparoo.
It's all in the hips.
I hate that Bob Barker. The price is wrong, bitch. All right.
Okay. On to me?
Yeah, Patrick, take the field.
All right. So, multiple choice question for you guys. Let's see how well you remember things from last week, boys. Remember last week when Odell Beckham was busted on Instagram,
YOLO.
screwing around with an Instagram model, and she was doing a line of coke and he's sitting there smoking weed. So, what does he do for the next week? Does he A, go and get help? Does he B, own up to his mistakes and actually put out a statement? Does he C, get into a bar fight in the middle of Atlanta. What do
Well,
you say, Derek?
Since all of the above is not an option, we're definitely going with C. I mean,
Yes.
dude, this guy's a train wreck, man.
Yeah.
Come on. You got all this money. You've got all the opportunity in the world to be the elite quarterback or
Wide
the
receiver.
elite wide receiver in the NFL. You can be the best. You have a Hall of Fame career possibly in front of you. Knowing the NFL's on their PR witch hunt, like I just don't see where this guy's head's at, man.
What are you doing, dude? Like, you're Odell Beckham Jr., all right? What are you doing? Like, you're a top wide receiver in the NFL. You have a lot of skill. Yeah, your team might not be the greatest, but, I mean, you're still somebody to look at. Everybody relies on you on their team on offense, and you have all this skill and all this money, and you're blowing it away. You're throwing it away. Like, I don't understand all these NFL players, all these athletes that have $1 million contracts, and they sit out there and they do stupid stuff with drugs and strippers and stuff like that, and it's irritating, and it's just like you have a shot of a lifetime. Like, you're living, I guess you could say, the American dream. You're playing a sport for a living. Like, you have a 1 in a million shot that all of us wish we could have. Be that star athlete, play sports for a living, wake up every morning, go work out just to play sports. Like, it's crazy and it's amazing, but this really makes me upset with these NFL players doing this and throwing their lives away when you have everything in front of you to support your family and your kids and everything like that. Just grow up.
Jordan going off.
A little bit. Yeah.
Luke, what do you say?
It's the Madden curse, man. I mean, it's
No.
no.
Madden curse is only when guys get hurt and stuff like that.
When they're on the cover of Madden.
But he was on the cover of
okay,
Madden.
all right,
Not
okay.
in 2016.
Here's my next argument.
But
He's Odell Beckham Jr. He's a millionaire. He is Mr. New York.
He's
He
young.
feels
Young.
and he feels untouchable. And guess what? You are touchable, man. You know what?
We'll see how Roger Goodell
Exactly,
feels about being
and
untouchable.
this is where I get really like
He didn't
shady.
even get
This is where I get
suspended.
shady.
He didn't even get suspended yet for that video
Yes.
to come out.
Yeah.
That's still under
Just wait.
investigation.
Just wait.
This is going to add on to it.
But they'll fire they'll fire that offensive lineman coach or offensive coordinator. I'm almost positive he was an offensive lineman coach down there in Miami doing lines of coke with whatever prostitute or
Pretty sure he
escort.
did.
I'm just saying
Pretty sure he did
they'll
get
fire
fired.
him. But Odell it's cool. It's cool.
There's
Watch.
going to be some backlash for this.
If he doesn't fail a fucking piss test, he's not going to get fired.
I'm not saying fired, but an assault charge is a suspension. Point blank period.
and if you're giving him a drug test, and if it was white powder, which we know what that is out of your system within 3 days. So if they're waiting and waiting and waiting, I mean,
According to Dylan.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's getting all his
I mean, I'm
information.
just
He's
saying.
getting all his information from a Chicago Cup, so I don't know how believable that is, but
I
still.
mean, okay, so Odell Beckham was in bed with a woman and a pizza, a credit card, a brown cigarette, and apparently white powder. So that is what is in the picture.
it could have been bath salts, guys. Those aren't illegal.
Now,
So
do
you're
you
going to
guys,
be eating the tile off the floor.
with these big events with him coming up, do you guys think it would be even possible or remotely sane to release him?
No, they're not going to release him.
They're gonna throw him into rehab or something.
He's
They've
going
got
to
to
take his
figure it out.
suspension. He's going to get a slap on the wrist, just like it always works. He's going to be back to doing OBJ. That's what he does.
What is Roger Goodell going to do to him?
He's going to suspend him.
He's
How
gonna
long?
A slap on the wrist.
I say, in all honesty, I think with that video coming out, that's a 2-game suspension. But now, with the whole fighting in the middle of Atlanta in a bar in Atlanta, that turns into at least a 4-game suspension.
Did they say why he got in a fight?
No,
There's no video. There is video?
There's video of it.
Either way, it doesn't matter why. You can't fight. You're a public figure. We've
True.
talked about it every podcast, how the NFL is on their public relations witch hunt. They're trying to clean up the NFL's image. They want these people to be role models. That is not what the NFL wants from their players. Point blank period.
I
There's
mean,
gonna
look
be
at
some-
what did Vontez Burfict got. He got a
No.
4-game
Another
suspension
4 games
for PEDs.
Yeah, for
Did you,
substance
did,
abuse.
did you see how he blamed Juju Smith for that?
What?
I swear to God.
He full on blamed
He
Juju
said-
Smith-Schuster for
He
it.
said he was prescribed medications from a doctor to help him recover from the big hit he took from Juju Smith.
That was a crazy monster hit.
And Juju went to Twitter and just annihilated this guy. He's like,
Couldn't
really?
have happened to a nicer guy.
This guy's
in
been
all honesty.
slurping the juice and now he wants to blame me.
The juju made me do the juice.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
I don't get it, man. It's crazy.
Wonderful.
I just think, honestly, I think he needs somebody to sit him down and just say, cut the crap. In all honesty, that's what a lot of these players need. Like I said it last week, they need someone to, I guess, hold their hand to make them realize you're not invincible. You're representing not only the league, you're representing yourself. And people aren't going to want to deal with you when you're acting like an idiot like that. You're getting in fights in the middle of a bar. You're doing cocaine with Instagram models.
Why am I going to want to give you all this money for you to catch suspensions? And who knows when the suspension's going to be handed down? Is it going to be handed down at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, at the end of the year when they're making a playoff run?
Like, what I hate Stephen A. Smith with a passion, but as he likes to say, they just can't lay off the weed.
I love watching his debates, man.
It's yeah.
Whether you
I do
whether
too.
you like him or not, he keeps you watching.
And you know what's funny? I watch Undisputed with I want to hear Skip Bayless too.
I like Shannon Sharp as well.
I hate Skip Bayless with a passion, too.
Skip. Let me tell you, like I love it. Skip. It's just like I think it's crazy. He goes, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm not. That's not a black joke. That's just how Shan talks.
You're alive right now on a live stream.
Nobody took it that way at all.
Seriously.
Way to go.
Oh, it's
Way to go, Lucas.
You just really.
shut up.
We need to do a disclaimer
It's
real
2000
quick.
oh.
Hey guys, this is Pat. Me, Jordan, and Derek would like to say Lucas's thoughts and opinions do not in any way reflect
Oh my
us.
God.
So we are sorry.
Oh.
Public disclaimer: every member of the Sandlot crew is accountable for their own actions. And words. We will not be held as an LLC accountable for anything that is said in a derogatory manner on this show. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh my God.
News segment this week. What's the coolest thing you've seen on the internet, Lucas? What do you got?
I got shared. Oh, it's actually off. I got two, and it was the Mr. Rogers was trying to get taught. Back when I guess Cool in the Gang or maybe Derek, correct me if I'm wrong. One of the first rap artists back out there, and he was learning how to like do this, and he was learning how to like, jive with it. But it was the coolest thing in the world. Like this old white man's doing this. And the second, hands down, was a 1998 game against the Avalanche of the Red Wings, and Dominic Hasek and Chris Odgood got in a fight right in the middle of the ice, and somebody shared it to me, and I'm just like, that you'll never see that in NHL hockey ever again. When are you gonna see John Carter Hutton take off his helmet and go fight somebody? Never. We'll never see it again.
I don't know.
That's okay. It'll be better next week.
I have more time to prepare next week. Jordan,
Jordan.
what do you say?
I mean, I guess the craziest things. I mean, I don't want to talk politics, and I'm not going to discuss politics.
Here
But
we go.
no. It's just these kids walking out of school.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to protest for gun violence and gun control. So what do? They go out and do destruction. They tear down and rip down American flags, and they destroy a police car while they were all outside. They were supposed to have 17 minutes of
When was this?
silence. This was I believe 2 days ago. Not to
What
date the
school
podcast.
was this at?
I believe it was in Florida. I don't remember what school it was.
So one school is supposed to represent every single.
No.
No.
It wasn't one school. Like it was like a mass. Like it was like a mass walkout. Like they had this whole thing. It was like hashtag.
Oh yeah,
walkout.
I know that. But
Yeah.
one school does something stupid. The kids do something stupid. So
I didn't mean to say one school. I
kind
believe
of
it was
loop them all in
one whole
together.
Area. Like they were even some of these kids were, or some of these schools even paid for transportation for buses, but yet they can't afford to have their heat turned on in their school.
I want to reinterpret what Jordan said. I shared it, and this is the coolest damn thing I seen on the fucking internet this week was a video of a girl, and I couldn't tell you because my phone died, and I'm not gonna even have to look it up because it looked like she was a pretty girl, and I wouldn't say like she's probably the prettiest one in her school, but she stood up and fucking sat there and stood over her entire student body that was out there and was bitching and complaining instead of walking out and doing something just to get the fucking out of class, instead of going and talking to that kid in the hallway that's eating his fucking lunch by himself, is the reason why we have shit like this. And it's not fucking gun control. You know what? If that kid that's sitting in lunch by himself, and his dad is a gun enthusiast, and you know what? He can get his hands on that shit, and that kid probably knew it. Be nice to people. Just fucking be nice. And it's like, I don't want my child to have to do that. And me and my friends are talking about homeschooling kids, and it doesn't sound like it's like that big of a deal, but I don't want my kid to have to be the one that gets, just when gun spraying in school when he's trying to cover some other kid because he's that, I'm raising my kid to be that person. And it's like, this shit needs to stop. And it's not Republican or a Democratic issue. I just be nice to people.
Very nice, very nice.
Well, I don't really know how to transfer into my best thing I've seen on the internet after that. But
bad.
It feels like the podcast just turned a bit of a turn right there.
My bad.
I almost thought
I'm
Luke was
sorry.
going to start crying,
Yeah.
in all honesty, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I think I actually happen to agree with you, Lucas. I think if the kids were a lot nicer and weren't jackasses and picked on a lot of kids, that kind of stuff, that wouldn't happen as much.
Yes.
But there is room for improvement as far as like the gun control. Like I don't want to get too much into it because we've all established this whole thing that basically I'm on an island by myself right now with you three assholes. So we're not going to go too much into
I guess
it.
it just depends on the topic there.
And I apologize, guys. I'm just a little bit more of a. I'm a little more passionate about it, especially since being a parent, and I don't want to push any kind of subject. It's public, like Derek. We talked about it. Your public opinion about what in the hell you want to do when you check them boxes at that fucking voting box. That has nothing to do with having to do with work. And this is my time to be able to just speak. And I'm a Republican. I've changed, but they're like, man, kids shouldn't have to die.
I think we can all agree on that at the end of the day.
Yep.
I mean, everybody has their own opinions on everything, and like I said, even though we all give each other a bunch of crap all the time, we're all in it together, and we all got each other's backs, so, but I mean, there's so many ways you can start this stuff off. I mean, people need to look at it, man. You just need to secure these schools, man. Start there, and then see where it goes. Then you can, they're talking about raising the age. Okay, you can raise the age, but there's still a black market out there. You can still get guns almost near anywhere. I mean, it's a God honest truth. And I mean, I just think they need to do bigger background checks further into, that person's, background and history. I don't want to get political here, and I hope this segment's liked and stuff. So I mean, we just gotta be there, and like Luke said, stand up, man. If you see something, say something. If you see a kid over there by himself eating lunch, go sit by him, man. Invite him over to your table. I mean, the world's changing. Kids are changing. Kids have different views of everything nowadays, as they say, the millennials. But
I think they're actually Generation Z now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How?
Like
The
my
millennials.
kid,
Yeah.
my kid's gonna be a
we're
Generation
millennials.
Z.
Yeah,
and we're
so.
fucked because we are millennials, because we're right
We're
at that like, age
right
grab.
at the
We're like
beginning
right
of
on the
it.
cusp.
We're on the
of it.
cusp. We're 80. Like I'm 80s baby. We
80s
too.
baby.
But you also.
I got a month and
we're
2
barely,
days.
barely 80s babies.
I got
yeah.
4 days into the 80s.
Yeah.
1988.
89.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Derek.
right.
All right, now for a smooth transition here.
Thank you.
And now for something completely different.
Yes.
Yeah, the coolest thing I've seen on the internet, I don't know how many of you guys are fat boys at heart, but dude, I love Epic Mealtime. I've seen this 100-pound pizza.
Oh yes.
And dude,
I've seen it.
What?
I gotta tell you what,
Pat's like, tell me more.
they had my attention at pizza, and then they throw 100 pounds, and I see steak, bacon. Like, dude, this thing was literally epic. This was the truth.
Where
When
do
it
you
comes to
find?
pizza,
Where the hell is this at? Seriously.
dude, there's a channel, Epic Mealtime. Check them out. I promise you, Pat, it
Go
will
look at
not
it, Pat.
disappoint. it will be your go-to. These people are awesome. Like they just do everything to the extreme, man. I just want to be their friend for a day. Like
Somebody has a fan. Let's talk about the Rangers. I love you, Jay, from Zachary Long.
Oh, shout out Zach.
Oh shit, we're global.
Yeah, we're global. We're reaching all the way to New York.
global, that would be
I'm sorry, I'm national. My bad.
I'm
I'm
looking through people. We got all the way down in Sykeston. There's my buddy Dustin out in Colorado is watching.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Okay, continue on, Derek. Sorry.
Well, that's it. I mean, I work for a living, so I don't get too much time on the internet. But
Yeah.
So this is is that a shot towards us with the group text?
It definitely was. Distraught. I think like something's happened every day. It's an everyday occurrence. I go to my car or my work truck, see if the boss called. I'm like, shit, 17 missed texts. What's going on? Is
18
something
of them from
I
Jordan.
pick it up and it's like these assholes again every day.
But you act like it's like me though. You act like it's me. It's these two going back and forth. And like we'll like chime in every once in a while. Go fuck yourselves.
No. It's more.
I got fingers pointed over here.
To take a line, an on-air line from Booze, I can't get a word in edgewise between you guys in the group text.
Oh,
Every time I have something typed out and ready to hit send, y'all have already moved on.
There's five different things there.
I'm like, Jesus, I'm driving. I can't text this fast.
He's just typing, and all of a sudden 2 more texts come up. He's like, damn it, I gotta erase it now.
I need something new.
All right, my coolest thing, the Avengers Infinity War trailer.
Boom.
Yeah.
I am
looks pretty
so
cool.
stoked for this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
It needs to be May already. I am just going nuts for this movie. And the thing is, I'm not going to be able to see it the night it comes out because I got to work, of course. And my wife has already said she's going with her best friend to go see it without me. So
All right.
that's nice of her.
that's me.
I can't wait for the Avengers. I love superhero
That's why I
movies.
can't wait to get married right there. I feel the love. I'm the only unmarried person in the group, but it's on its way.
You're engaged, same thing.
You know, damn
You
well
just haven't said the words yet. But no, man, Avengers. It's always a big hit in theaters. Everybody loves superhero movies. Everybody. I mean, they're always great. They're always action-packed. I mean, all of our favorite superheroes come together in one movie. I mean, it's crazy. I'm always right on top of all those. I actually start collecting superhero movies. I'm just really big into it. Just another world that I wish was kind of real. I wish some people did have superhuman strengths or just powers, but the world would be completely different. I mean, you never know. There could be people out there like that. I mean, not truly, maybe exactly like that, but with some weird strengths and some weird powers.
Jordan, why do you do this?
What?
I hate you all week, and then you do something that just makes me actually still want to be your friend sometimes.
What do we got here? Hey,
Where are we going there?
I thought we were friends, man.
No, I completely agree with you because I've done the same thing. I have all the Marvel movies. I think the only one I'm missing is Iron Man 3, and that's probably the worst Marvel movie I think I can think of offhand. In all honesty, I'm a huge fan of the Guardians, and me and Luke, we talked about this already. We were talking about this earlier. Just that whole that whole back and forth between Chris Pratt and Robert Downey Jr. Hey, it's a great plan. It's an awesome plan.
But
it
sucks.
typical Star-Lord, man.
Yes.
Typical Peter Quill. I am just over the moon for this movie. Granted, Black Panther was kind of a letdown. In all
I
honesty.
heard a lot of people
I've
like
seen
it.
it twice. I've seen it twice. It's good, but it wasn't worth the hype.
Yeah.
Now, I know it's not a superhero movie, but I saw Tomb Raider yesterday.
So
Yeah, Marvel movies, man, I just love them. I gotta
Okay.
watch. I know I'm behind. I gotta watch Guardians of the Galaxies. I haven't recorded on my
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
yeah,
I know I said it.
Yeah.
The Galaxy.
Anyway,
Thank
I
you,
gotta see
grammar
those.
Nazi.
I gotta see those.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what though.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What are you more excited for? The new Infinity Wars or where they're going with DC?
Man, I'm just excited.
Justice League was a letdown.
I have yet to see it.
Me
It was a
too.
letdown.
I'm not a
I'm
DC
behind.
fan. I am not a
Yeah,
DC fan at all.
I agree.
I'm not a DC fan at all.
I'm just a superhero fan in general. I like them all. I just like to see the movies and how they combine the characters to each other.
I agree. I think they fucked up with Heath Ledger playing the Joker, and
He was a
Christian,
great
Christian,
Joker.
Christian
He was
Bale, and
awesome.
Christian Bale is a great Batman. You can't go any higher than that.
Dude.
Because The Dark Knight is one of the best movies ever.
They messed up with Heath Ledger as Joker. Is that
No,
what
no,
you
no,
said?
no, 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 no. They messed up being like, you can't top that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
You are
sorry.
that completely.
You
Because
can't,
I was
top
how
that.
was that a
Replacing him
bad
with
movie?
Jared Leto?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Jared
exactly.
Leto didn't do a bad job following him up.
That was
No, he did not.
no. I don't think he did a bad job, but there wasn't enough evidence to base that on because he had 20 minutes of screen time in all of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But still, the screen time he did have,
The laugh.
was not a letdown, dude.
The laugh alone made Jared Leto's character.
It
as
wasn't
Joker.
a letdown. It was not a bad follow up.
Yeah.
No.
Because that movie was not about the Joker. So but I was not let down with his performance at all.
I mean, can you guess which one I'm looking forward to the most, though?
Oh man,
Ah.
Deadpool. Patrick is currently wearing a Deadpool shirt with a Cardinals logo on it, actually in the background.
I definitely just seen that preview yesterday when I was saying like, I
Oh my
went to
god,
see
it's,
Tomb Raider.
it's have you
Looks
seen
great.
the first one?
Yes, of course.
The first one is awesome. I think the second one's going to be even better.
Who plays Deadpool? I know it. I just can't.
Ryan
think of it.
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. That is his dream. That is his part. He plays that part perfectly. I can't wait for the second one, man.
Oh yeah, the second one's going to be awesome. All right, so we're going to wrap things
Yeah.
up with your final thoughts for the day. Derek, what do you got?
Final thoughts for the day.
Mama's calling. basically.
Mama's calling the U.S. government right now.
There we go.
And my whole debate is if you can change your gender, you should be able to change your birthday. Because my fiance's birthday is opening weekend of March Madness, and we need to fix that shit because I am not cool with it.
T.O., I met my wife in the midst of the Cardinals being great, and her birthday's October 10th.
Oh.
10-10.
So you feel my pain.
Yes, and it's like, I met her, and it was like, we were in like game 6 of the NLCS going into the fucking, in 2011, and I'm like, and she goes, what are we doing tonight? I go, I'm watching the fucking Cardinals game.
I just
Like,
want to
and,
move
like,
her birthday back.
I'm sorry,
a week.
I
I'm
told
not
her.
trying to get political. I just want to move her birthday back a week. That's all. 'Cause I didn't get to watch a single game this weekend. Everything came from Sports Center at like 1 a.m. So I'm not okay with that. We need to fix this.
Let's see. I just want to close on Cardinal baseball, man. I know we talked about it. We haven't really talked about it today, but I mean, we might finally be catching up on our pitching not rotation, but our relief, our pen. Mike Myers has been showing a lot. He has been doing really well in relief. I mean, he went the other day. He had a scoreless relief outing. It was nice. I don't know, but I'm just excited for Cardinal baseball. All in all, I'm ready for the season to start. I'm ready to see what this rotation has got. Wainwright is fully back, healthy, ready to go. With Mike Maddox there helping them get all their pitching stuff together and all their throws and locations, and I just hope it goes well. I mean, I'm ready for our lineup. I'm ready to watch it in full action, starters every day. I'm ready, and I'm also worried about Matt Carpenter. He's hurt. Is he going to start the season? What's going on? Is that something we're going to have to rely on all year? I know we got Jose Martinez to back him up, which is a big bat for us, honestly. But if I want Carpenter in there, man, I want him. I'm ready for him to be back. But
We all do.
Can't be. He just keeps getting injured, man. I know he's getting up there, but man, it's just getting upsetting.
We forget that Carpenter came around in what, 08, 09, 2010? Yeah.
I think it was like 2011.
Was that one? Okay. But still, we forget 2011. That was 7 years ago. So, Mama's calling. Lance Lynn, I hope Minnesota's fine. Oh.
1 year deal, man.
We gave you a 2-year deal for more than what they're giving you for 1 year. And that's, he's a Scott Boras guy, right? Either way, if that has to do with it, it's just kind of a...
I don't think he is the Scott Boras guy.
No?
I don't
you
think
know,
that
you know exactly what I'm talking about, too.
Yeah.
So, man, it's just, I hope, and as Jordan says, I hope Mike Maddox reels these guys in and just, get back down to just, simple pitching, get, ground ball outs. We don't have enough Jeff Supans in our in our life.
No,
and
I
it's
mean,
like,
hey, I'm excited to also watch Jeff Weaver, man. He's had
I
an amazing
agree.
start. He had, I believe,
Luke Weaver.
9 strikeouts.
Luke Weaver.
Luke Weaver.
Who was it?
Luke
Jeff
Weaver.
Weaver.
We had a
you
Jeff
said
Weaver.
Supine.
We did. We
No,
had Dreamweaver.
This is not 2006,
No,
Jordan.
no.
Come on.
Sorry.
Dreamweaver was excellent. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But
So-
I believe he had 9 strikeouts in 5 innings with, I believe, no walks, or maybe 1 walk, and maybe 3 hits. I mean, he's young. I'm excited to see him. Him and Jack Flaherty. Flaherty looked good. I mean, he's been a big talk. But his only chance, Flaherty, to come up is if somebody gets injured. We just got to see what our staff can do. Patrick?
Final thought for the day. I wonder why the WWE consistently wants to take 2 steps forward with the women's evolution, but then they'll take 2 to 3 steps back at the same time. And the things that I'm bringing up, they do the first ever women's Money in the Bank. That's all well and good. I mean, it's a great match to do something like that for the girls. But James Ellsworth climbs the ladder, gets the briefcase, and gives it to Carmella.
I've seen they bring bigger girls in now too. You know,
Oh, no, I like Nia Jax.
Yeah.
She's a bad bitch.
I watched, like I said,
She's a
so
bad
all the other
bitch.
nice thing they bring in bigger. So they're making steps and not just bringing.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
like,
making steps, but they're also doing stupid stuff at the same time that just kind of like
undermines.
it. I mean, the Women's Royal Rumble, Asuka wins the Rumble, and it's the last match of the night on the pay-per-view. It's the last thing of the pay-per-view. And what do they do to undermine it? They bring out Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey wasn't involved in any of it. She just comes out, stomps on Asuka's moment, and points to the WrestleMania sign. The latest thing they did, they announced that they're going to do a women's Rumble or Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Basically like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. But they name it after the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what Moolah did, she exploited so many women over the years. She, in all honesty, she raped a bunch of girls. She did a lot of bad shit back in the 40s and 50s. And there's a reason why she was a women's champion for 27 years. Because she never taught any of her students, from Sweet Georgia Brown all the way to Wendy Richter, anything past a fucking arm lock. She held the title for 27 years because she made sure that no one would ever surpass her. And then she's also in charge of she was in charge of the original screw job, not the Montreal screw job, the original screw job at WrestleMania 3. Wendy Richter had the championship, and then the mysterious Spider Lady came in and did a shoot pin. Took the title from her.
And it'd be Moolah.
Yeah, and Moolah, she got it unmasked, and Richter sat there and beat the shit out of her for like 3 or 4 minutes on live pay-per-view.
Damn.
In the middle of MSG at WrestleMania 3. And that's one reason why Wendy Richter's not in the Hall of Fame. Yet she did all this shit to undermine all the women in the history of wrestling. But yet they name a Battle Royal at WrestleMania after her.
Moolah was friends with Vince's dad, had to be. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, and Vince himself. Now, granted, they actually went back and retracted, saying, "Oh, with all the recent everybody bringing up all the history of it, we decided to go and just say, oh, it's the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania. That's what it is." And it was really Snickers, who's like the main sponsor, basically said, "Yeah, if you don't take her name off of it, we're not going to be fucking a part of it." So.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just feels like they're
And they
just
did.
they make these great strides for the women's revolution, but then they bring it back like 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's funny. It's not to touch on what you were saying. It's and you and I talk. I've been following on WWE Network, and I've been going from 2001 Raw, and I'm right now in the 2003. And when the intergender
Go
matches,
back to work, brother.
I know. That's exactly intergender matches, and Steven Richard and Victoria and Trish Stratus. Those were some bad girls. I mean, they were wrestling with dudes. I mean, they were like going. And I look at like what they have right now. Charlotte Flair. If I didn't have a wife, I'd like that'd be my next wife. Right now, that's my woman.
I feel like you're crossing some deep water.
She knows. She knows.
Amber's gonna kick
No.
ass.
Brett, I promise you, if Bradley Cooper or Ryan Reynolds walked in the door, I'd be left in the dust too. So don't worry about it.
Or she would be left in the dust.
Oh yeah. Either way.
Damn.
But no. You're not wrong. I seen that this week and like it blew me away because I go, what's the deal with Moolah? And you just I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Never.
Because
she was a lesbian. Because she was a lesbian.
She was a closet lesbian. She
Yeah.
never wanted to come out, and the whole thing with Sweet Georgia Brown was that she would also pimp out her students.
Yes.
Send them to promoters, and she even pimped out Luna Vachon. She was in the '90s along with Sable, like one of the very few divas from the
Bandman's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, Goldust.
Yeah.
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 She pimped out Luna Vachon. She pimped out pretty much all of her students. And like I said, she never taught anybody anything in the wrestling ring. And people like to say, oh, that's just the nature of the business back in the 40s and the 50s. I'm like, yeah, then why was anybody else not heavyweight champion for 27 years straight? Like, the guys were able to learn. Like, who was it? Bruno Sammartino. He was one of the greatest coaches, one of the greatest trainers, because he actually worked with people. He didn't sit there and try to take extra money from his students. He took a small little fee. Moolah would take 25% booking fee, plus you had to pay her rent, plus you had to pay utilities, plus you had to pay the gas, plus you had to pay for food. They were broke.
Well, bitches were ruthless, man. Bitches are ruthless.
She was the most ruthless person.
My God, Luke.
I'm being honest, man. They are. Okay, I got 3 sisters, and if they're about as ruthless as
Now
some
you're
of
gonna
them.
piss off your sisters from
Nah, no,
podcast.
I'm not. Rachel, Sarah, Monica, love you guys. You guys are just some of the most cutthroat women I ever know. So that's the truth. All right, okay, and we appreciate you guys listening in. And Pat, we done?
Yeah, I mean, Derek, you want to go first, or Jordan, you want to go first with your final words of wisdom?
You gotta go ahead.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. It's wifey's birthday today, so just stay tuned. Keep your eyes tuned for the draft, and let's see what this NFL season's going to bring. They got my attention. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm excited for the draft. We might do a if we're all available. We might do a draft podcast, maybe live. Maybe that would be cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and go Raiders.
My wife's back, and life's back to normal. As much as I hate to say that, love you, honey, and I appreciate it. Let's say having it down here.
You said no whys, man.
No, I know, but it's that was not.
That was.
That was a shout out. It's so
Exactly my point.
I will say this right now. I couldn't have picked a better 3 guys that 2 I've known for a long time and 1 I just met to be able to do this with, and let's keep it going, man.
Yeah, man, we're loving it.
Yeah, getting sentimental and everything.
Fuck off.
All right, that's gonna do it. Wonder how I'm gonna hate on Jordan next week. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like it's just a jump back. It's a love-hate relationship. One week Jordan's cool, and the next week he's a pain in my ass. So he'll probably go back to being an asshole next week. So,
Let's not.
we'll catch y'all on the flip side. See you next week.
See ya.